Yo boys and girls, Marcel Kiefer here, and today I've got for you another tutorial in the F1 2020 game, and this time I will show you how to manage the ERS deployment in a race situation to perfectly attack and defend from others and be in a slight advantage all the time throughout the whole race, which is crucial to winning races in these modern cars. So let's get right into it. So the ERS is a tactical element which you really have to perfect to improve also your racecraft, to be able to overtake, defend and whatever. And you can see at the start we always use it, but not too long. You don't want to use everything, especially on like straights like in Mexico. But as you can see, we used a bit to hold our position or don't lose touch with the guys at the front, and then after the first corner we use it again to do the same thing. We are trying to defend from the guys behind, but also not overtake the guys in front. We do that in the corners. On the straights we don't want to use too much ERS, so you kind of manage it. You're still pushing, but you're at the same time not pushing too much. And out of normal corners where you don't really overtake, sometimes I still use a tiny bit, just really a tiny bit, like this here, like a second usually. That was a bit longer. And in a corner like this here, where you see the guy in front had a worse exit, you can actually push, and right when you go next to him you stop using the ERS, then it's kind of clean and safe overtake. This is a different scenario now, where we are behind Stroll and we prepare to overtake him on the next straight, so we kind of already get into the drag, get a bit of slipstream and close in for the long straight here. We got a really good first corner. Now we use a tiny bit to keep close to him. We realize, okay, we can overtake him in the corner, we are close enough, and we then stop and use it again at the end to get a little bit of a boost, but not use too much. So it's all the time about kind of managing and balancing the usage, whilst also thinking about not using too much, because you need the performance. And here we are close enough to Ricardo that we actually don't use any. He uses, you can see he pulls away, whilst we are just chilling in his slipstream, and we can just go for a simple overtake without using any ERS. Like I said, sometimes you don't even need any ERS, even to defend. You kind of have to judge it yourself, but you will get a feeling for it. With these tips you will definitely get there. In this situation here we also prepare, because it's the final lap, we also want the fastest lap, so we push a bit more to overtake Paris in the first straight like we did to Stroll. So we push here a lot, use a lot of ERS actually, probably the most that we have used even compared to the start, or maybe a tiny bit less, because we had to close the gap a bit more. In the rain situation you cannot tell if the battery of the other is low because the light is always flashing. But here you can see we just use all of our ERS. It doesn't matter if we go below 10%. Below 10% your battery and engine actually drops performance. But it doesn't matter too much, because probably in this situation your rival will also have lower ERS, and that's the move done. And we even get the fastest lap, because ERS makes a lot of lap time. So even for fastest lap you can use ERS. In this scenario now I want to show you a defending act. So we go past Charles, which was actually kind of a stupid move, because we won't get DRS for the straight, and it's a really long straight. It's the Hanoi back straight, and well, Charles can just pull away, but as soon as he's next to us we don't use any ERS until the point when we see he is next to us, to hold exactly this position and not use too much ERS whilst defending. Then we have the inside and we can just outbrake him. So you have to... using ERS is actually also a thing of racecraft, a really core element in these modern cars. Like here I don't use any, because I see again, well, we don't need it. I even close the DRS because I don't want to get too close, and we can even make the move around the outside here before turn 1 and still get the DRS for the next straight. Otherwise we would have had it, even if we wouldn't have passed him and then passed him on the straight, because we are close enough. So this is the final lap of the same race, and we have 3 cars to pass. We already hit the fastest lap, but we still think, okay, maybe someone improves. We want that extra point, and now we have to really push. Now we were already closing in on the start-finish straight, but now we are even pushing here. Stop using it because we are close enough, and we see Paris' lights are flashing, so he has below 10%, which is also good for us. So you always have to pay attention whilst managing ERS to your rivals, so you can kind of judge, okay, what are they doing? Are they using a lot? Are they not using a lot? In the end, you want to use as little as you possibly can while still executing these moves here, and then it's quite easy, and you will still have a lot and plenty of ERS to go for fastest laps, or when you have to defend. And as you can see, we have 0% at the end, but we got a fastest lap. You have to practice it, but if you use these tips, you will master your ERS management. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and also subscribe, don't forget that, so you don't miss out any videos in the future. And if you have any further questions, leave them in the comments below or check the link in the description to my Twitch channel, where I will stream every day at 7 PM Central European time, if that's the correct wording. Well, it's just German time, so +1 UK time. Until the next video, I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.